our might. Because now they don't really, why I was, let me just give you this small thing that happened to me when I was growing up. There was a tree behind my house, and I was just kind of estimated that tree as I can climb this tree and everything. The day I mistakenly climbed that tree, I couldn't come down. Ever since that very day, I started respecting that tree. What am I saying in instance? When Obi in 2023 election came out, they didn't see him as a threat. They were kind of, I don't know, this guy is just nothing. They didn't expect he's going to have that kind of massive vote. He won the election fair and clear. But now that they know, these niggas will not even give him that chance. They won't even give him that space. As in a small, we're busy. You shouldn't underestimate these guys. They are willing to take this power, go to anywhere you want to go to, and nothing will happen. Because funny enough, international bodies are too concerned about international policies. They're not even concerned about your local policies anymore. They don't want to interfere. So it's up to us to take back what is ours. So I am of the opinion that before the election, we should come out in the street and protest that if this election doesn't go fair and fair, there will be problem. They should know it. Because I, for one, I will not see myself standing on the street, going through house to house, sensitizing people that really lost interest and hope in the country already. Because even don't tell people that, okay, will you vote? They'll tell you, I beg, this election, Nigeria, I beg, forget it. Even guys over here, I beg, forget Nigerian election. Because it is a thing, however, they will sit back, write the results before 12 May, they'll announce it while you're still even voting. They will declare the results. What will you do? So we need to start putting measures. I love the measures we're trying to put in place to checkmate all those things, but they need to see our might before the election. That will make them understand that it's not business as usual. Then in that mind, to prepare them that if we don't take the right measures to rig this thing correctly, that's if they intend to rig it, because that is what they intend to do, they will see the reaction of the people. But anything saying after we're going to go to, we should completely eliminate anything cut. We'll move it from the beginning to the end. We shouldn't even mention it. That election should be decided on that very day. We protest before the election. We want a free and fair election. Demand it. We're demanding it. There's no way going back about it. And then after during the election, we should air it live and everybody's seeing it. Then if there's anywhere we're suspecting it, immediately we should hit the street. No time for anything. Any other thing outside from that, I think we're just going to keep running, repeating our tears and sorrows. Let me just end it here, please, so other people can speak here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, LP. Sorry, that was now or never. Thank you so much for that. And last time what happened was when we said at 4 a.m. they announced the wrong person to have won when we know he didn't win, right? And our principal came out to say, okay, everybody calm down. Now, what I want to just say to us very quickly, and I'm going to say without any sense, with all sense of responsibility, PO is our principal, and we're voting for him because we know he can take Nigeria to that place that we think, at least, to have the semblance of some sanity and to begin to repair the monumental damage these last things of APC. And of course, some previous government have also done to Nigeria. But Peter Obi we are doing ourselves a favor, not him. Okay? So if anything goes wrong, if they move mad, we don't need him to tell us to calm down. We don't need any calming down message from anybody. Because according to what Peter Obi has said, that might be his last opportunity to vie for the presidency, because he's going to return back to the north. So it's like, I was like, when we have last chance. So if whether Peter Obi says calm down, or your party, whoever says calm down, or even your pastor says calm down, forget calming down. Even your parents, husband, wife, family say calm down. There's no calming down anything. That's why I'm saying people must trigger the people. So they are better know now. And I like the rig or die mantra. If they move mad, we move mad with them. This is not the time to be nice. And I'm saying it, I'm not putting anything in my mouth. This is not the time to be nice. If they move mad, we move mad, right? If they declare the wrong thing, we enter the streets. And there will be no peace until the right thing is declared. And I like what you said, even before the elections. All our 1 million man match will not be vote with our be 1 million man match now. The 1 million man match will be rig or die. 1 million man match will be, if you mess up, we mess you up. The 1 million man match will be, electoral reforms, we must have the direct, direct display of election results straight from the polling, not to even coalition anything. We're going to say those things, and these are things I want to be preparing to do, because, like I said on the topic, Peter Obi is coming. How ready are we? Are we ready? Because we must transform our nation in our time. We have to do it. Our children will ask us questions if we don't do it. My kids, I ask my parents, "Mommy, why is Nigeria like this?" My kids are asking me, "Mom, why is Nigeria like this?" Are we all going to run away to diaspora? Are we all going to keep staying in the US and stay in the UK? and bettering the country where Nigeria is the way it is. Ghana cedis is the best performing currency now in the whole world. And like I saw on a post, because it has risen, the reasonable extent in the past 1 year. But whereas Nigeria naira is depleting every day, we need to change the narrative. So welcome to the space one more time if you're here, and if you want to speak, request for the mic, and if you're on the speaker section, please raise your hands and speak. Who was
Please, can I
I
add?
think that was you.
Okay, I wanted to add one thing.
Okay, because I don't want
All right, you can go ahead and add it. Then I'm speaking. No problem.
Okay. Now, we are talking about this thing that I'm talking about, giving a live broadcast. There is something again that we need to understand, that this thing doesn't need to. The gain, one of the gain that we bring with this our result, coalition result, in due time. It's just like our own IREF. Let me put it, our own IREF, announcing the result with our own IREF from local government to state. This thing we people don't have to wait to hit the street. It's just like as we are in polling units, when they are counting result, everybody is shouting. Then he now said he want to alter it, because everybody will be in the coalition center outside. Maybe because we're expecting that they will lock us outside. They won't allow us in. They will lock some people outside. They will deny many people access. So this is the only weapon that we will use, and this is the only thing again that can help us, because this is their coalition they are doing. We don't need it. We already done our own since last 2023. So we are already there. We have the numbers already. And another thing is that we should not stop speaking. We should not, and this time around, nothing like go for peace accord. We will take, someone should take PO. No peace accord. Let them understand that this time around it's what they want that will get. I was speaking to a military man the other day in my area here. The man is my friend, and the guy was saying that I was asking him, how come you people are here during the election period and you are here asking me to borrow you money? But the election period, you people just fold your hand and didn't do anything about it, knowing that this thing was good, everything was. He said it's their orga and all those things. That bet me, even before this election that is coming now, they will send them to the street. They will send them to go and do show of force. After the show of force on the day of the election, you see they will disappear from the street just to head the hoodlum. So what they were expecting that very day was that we should rise. Everybody should rise, that the coalition should rise. It will not take them 2 days. They will take over the country. But nobody said anything. I said that we think that you people are against us. He said if they are against us, why will P2B win in the whole barracks? That if I check the whole barracks in the federation, P2B won the election in almost the whole barracks in Nigeria. That they knew what is going on. That we should not fear anything. That everybody should come outside and everybody should do that. What they will do there, they will not shoot anybody in the name of election. They cannot touch anybody. It's just we being afraid that okay, these people they'll just allow us with the talk to battle ourselves. They talk there are many. You still talk from another area, coming to another area to commit violence, the area that you don't know. And who is not a talk? It's not just that everybody is keeping his cool. We are all talks now. If we want to activate it, we activate it. So that is just it. Nobody should be afraid of anything. It has gotten to the height that we can't take it again. Even goats, if you put them to the world, even if that's the way you do to a goat will turn back and bite you. And that is the situation. That's where we are now. Everybody should activate every violence we have, every strategic violence. Don't do the one that will hamper the movement, but the one that will bring gain to the movement. That is the one that we need. The one that will profit the movement. That is the one that we need. But that violence, we need it now. It has gotten to that level. 2026, as we are approaching 2026, let everybody be triggered. Let everybody be triggered. And this Python program, we should work on it. We should push it. There are texts there are people that are good in text that can do this Python programming, that once you get the result, you upload the result. The thing is tabulating like Excel very fast. And we are getting it in due. We are bringing it out. There are people that can do it for us. We have them in this obedient movement. Let's talk to them. Let's talk to people. If it takes PO2 to even bring out some people to travel to China to go and bring out these things out, let them go. We need it in our situation. We need it in all the rooms. These are the only place we can spend money and we will get the result. Let INEC do whatever they want to do. Then we are waiting for them in the street. That is just it.
Yeah. We're sure waiting for them. Thank you so much, LP. Cheku, over to you. Thank you so much. We're going to do it. 2027, it is happening live. Cheku, over to you. Are you there? Are you there? If not, we can take Ubaka. Maka, go ahead and speak, please. I can't. Cheku is not responding. Your hands are up.
Okay, yeah, hello.
Okay,
Yeah, can you hear me?
All right.
Can you
Okay,
hear
okay,
me?
Chokube, you can go. You can go on. Let me.
Okay, okay, okay.
We can hear you. Go on.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you.
Chekube, you did now. Go ahead. So after you, Ubaka will speak.
Sorry. You can go on then.
No, Chekube, are you there? Is you before Ubaka? Go ahead.
Okay, okay, all right, all right. All right. The truth is that the election, the election in Nigeria it's not some of the things that will, the way we see it, especially offline. Last election, one of our challenge, which we cannot let behind, is a lack of officers in a polling unit. Polling.
Chekube, are you
Yeah,
there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, very well. Just do the noise in your background.
Okay, okay. But you can hear me now, right?
Very well.
All right,
Please go ahead.
all right. So the thing is that last election, like I was saying, last election, we don't have enough officers in the polling unit. We don't have enough people. We don't even have people safe. Because me, I vote in Asaba, and in my polling unit in Asaba, we don't. I don't even see anybody called Labour Party. This thing in that place, and you can imagine people that voted in that polling unit, thousands of people. Like people were fighting for them to vote. And when they were even after all the whole thing in Delta, I was shocked. INEC declared Obi winner in Delta State. He won Delta State. But you can ask yourself this question: the strongest polling unit in Asaba, there is no single Labour Party or fixture or officer in that. Nobody, like nobody. I think either Sarah or I called one lady from Obedient Movement. I called her. I gave her a report of what is happening on the polling unit, and I have to mobilize. Myself and two other guy. One guy from Nasarawa and the other guy from. Both of us, we just organize ourselves. We turn to polling unit officer, something that we don't even we don't even prepare for, but because we see what is happening there. If you see what is happening in the Nigeria and in the polling unit, you will shed tears. Honestly speaking, you will shed tears. And do you know what's of it? Those polling units, parties like ruling parties have put a lot of more on that polling unit, and it's all about God. So what we need to discuss is it polling unit. Polling unit is very, very, very important to us. Like it's very, very, very important. As it's happening like that in Delta, only God knows what is happening in some state in the north. Only God knows. So polling unit, there is nobody. And funny enough, all the whole people still. And in the history of Nigeria election, I don't think that the election has been like that since. People were the realm is beating people. People want to vote. Police carry back and they hit people. May they stay for line. See, people are strong. People want to vote.
Sorry, your voice is getting muffled. Can you be louder, please? Your voice is getting muffled though. Can you be louder? Chekube. Hello, Chekube, are you there? Your voice is getting muffled a little. Can't hear you very well. Okay. Or you want to come back? Okay, like we lost him. Sorry, I don't. We can't hear Chekube anymore. Baka, can you go ahead?
I think I will leave and join back since my voice is still having problem.
Okay, no, it's better now.
I don't
It's
know.
clearer now. It's clearer now. It's clearer now. Go ahead. It's clearer now. Chekube, are you there? Oh, is it me? Is it me or somebody? Anybody hearing him?
I can't hear him too.
You are clear.
I can hear him.
Okay, that's fine. So Baka, please go ahead. Chekube, you can step out and come back in. Baka, please go ahead and speak, please. Thank you.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, it's good that we are making all these moves, but always like to say this, that we should understand this first, that we were first philosophers before we became humans, and we then evolved into politicians. Everyone alive is a politician. Everyone alive is a philosopher. there is this notion, the narratives that they have painted, and they have used theology, which is the creation of man, which was the attempt of man to capture the ideology and the concept of a god, the concept of an extraterrestrial humans that we do not have evidence of yet. That section of the genre of the human thinking, which is theology, they have used that, which was the capturing of the concept of God. They have used that to wreak havoc all over the world. We must first take that down, because without that, you are disarmed. You are disarmed. Just like someone said here, if you go at a goat, at a point, it will lunge back at you. And that is the human instinct. That is what it is in this earth. You grab. So they have disarmed us mentally and they have disarmed us physically. We as humans did not start living in mansions. We did not even start living in huts or thatch houses or mud houses. We were living on trees and in caves. We have been here millions of years, but we only were able to evolve. We were only able to philosophize and get to a point we started recording our history only but 10,000 years ago. About 10,000 ago, we started recording our history, but we have been here millions of years. We only evolved to that point we can be able to record our history. Then there is so much to do, but here is the thing: the idea of rig and die, we must go further to expatiate, because when you have that one line caption, you are not encapsulating the entire philosophy that needs to break us free as this country. We must go further to expatiate that rig and die, homeland or death, our country, our land, or what? Our land, our wealth. We must get people off from the mind that paper that was printed with 2 or 3 idiots, or 1 idiot that they printed on paper and signed a signature. That is not true wealth. That is not true wealth. That is just a variant form of money. Cash is a variant form of money. Naira is a variant form of money. Dollar is a variant form of money. But do not be stupid to swap the value of your land for that simple paper. Our wealth is our land. It is not your naira, and it is certainly not anywhere you will have to go when you die. Your wealth today is your land, and you yourself, your brain, this is your wealth. So we must go further. Rig and die, homeland or death, our land, our wealth. Anybody, see, if you cannot access the land of your ancestors, if you cannot use the farm of your ancestors, you have been made a slave. It's only a slave that cannot use land. And we are not slaves. So that is why they made the Bible, to make you look away from the land and you are looking up to the hill, looking at the sky. And you have left your land for them. So the problem right now is that a section of the country, or some ethnic groups in this country, have started valuing paper over their own land. They are supporting the evil in Nigeria, supporting the evil wreaked in other people's land, and you are not looking at your own land because you want to collect paper. You cannot say let another man's land be used for Nigeria and your own land. You are not even thinking of how you have just to be that another man's land should be used for all Nigeria, so that you can grab a piece of a paper, leaving your own land. So we must challenge this at the root cause. That is why immediately after a few chapters of the Bible, they started talking immediately about land. Leave the gods of your forefathers. Did Yahweh or Allah go on holiday when other gods arrived? After they created the earth, did they go on a holiday? These are just mere stories. So they created the earth and went on a holiday. Amadioha appeared. Shango appeared. The other god appeared. So we must challenge these things, but we must be strategic. We have no time. So we must be educating our people, and we also have to recognize. So there is something these politicians do. When you talk about the past, they tell you no, it's in the past. Let's talk about the present. When you start talking about the present, another politician appears. No, let's leave about the present and talk about the future. It is the future. No, you must tell Nigerians that we are discussing our past, our present, and our future together. We must not divorce one from each other. We must be discussing our past, our present, and our future together, because you have a brain that can handle such discussions. That is one. Number two, if we are telling our people to come out on the polling unit, they must come with their walking sticks. Do not come with weapon. Come with your walking stick. Your walking stick is minimum 2x2. You are a disadvantaged person. You are physically challenged in Nigeria. You don't just come as a bow leg or as a K-leg man who is physically challenged, but come with your walking stick. Do not be disarmed physically and mentally. Come with your walking stick. Minimum measurement, that's recommended size is 2x2, but come out all with your walking sticks, Nigeria, to your polling unit. We don't have up to 1 million armed officers or police officers in this country. I'm not sure we have up to 1 million. Even if we have up to 2 million, they cannot stand 200 million people who came out with their walking sticks to vote and to perform their civic duty. Come out. We must start this message. Come out with your walking sticks. Recommended size 2x2. Then it is what? Rig and die. If you know you are then another point, PO should not sign any peace accord till all the state and local government coalition officers will sign that day. Any presidential candidate that we are throwing our weight behind, because I do not feel that PO should go, and I have my reasons, and I can state it here if I'm being asked why PO should not go, but rather that he should go. Flip his ticket where it is dirty Obi, or Obi should just focus on pushing a bigger civil movement that will retire everybody. PO can step out of the ring, but push the biggest, largest human movement that will retire all the old cargoes, all the corrupt people in this country. Why that it should be on a ticket? Why is this? A northern youth that has been psychologically programmed from the youth by his Almajiri teacher that PO is a kafir, and he has been programmed that way. On that day, he will likely not be able to fight. You see, what happens on a polling unit is that let's come down to what happens on a polling unit. Polling unit is when you want to vote, you go back to your area where you are living or your village, and you guys come out on a very good day to choose your leader. Bet you me that in that your polling unit as a community, there are idiots that are there that want to steal your votes. These are those that we must define in this country according to Buhari that they are baboons. Any baboons are those that come to steal the ballot boxes or change the figure on the result sheet. These are the baboons. And rightly, as our leader Buhari said, if the election is not done right, our streets will be soaked with the blood of the baboons. We must define baboons in this country, and they are those who come to hijack our electoral process.
Please just round up. Thank you.
You understand? We must define them critically. These are the things we must do. Then the peace accord, like I said, all the local government coalition officers and all the stakeholders must be peace accord. Their signatures must be there that they want to give us peace. If not, we are coming out as we are with our bow leg and our K legs, with our walking sticks to the polling unit. And if these people who are physically disadvantaged are disfigured economically and physically, if you do not give them the right election, you have declared war on us. Which means that peace treaty you signed as a coalition officer, you have voided it yourself. You have brought war upon yourself. Then, next point, any app that you are using to do your collation, Please take it away from any platform that belongs to America. Take it to Yandex Cloud in Russia and host. Take it to Alibaba Cloud in China and host. Do not host your applications on platforms that have link to the Western community, Western countries. Whoever will be the super administrator of these platforms must not be in the country. The deaf person that will hold the super administrative privileges to this platform should not be physically in the country. Or if you can stay anonymous, that's best known to you. But these are the necessary things we need to do. So I will yield my mic for now, while the rest, everybody else can make their submissions.
Wow, thank you so much. So yeah, I'm here. Maybe your 2x2 walking stick for all those who are disabled economically and otherwise. Please welcome. Please, can you mute your mic? Just kindly mute your mic so that there's some noise in the background. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your submission, and passionately at that. Thank you so much. So if you're on the space and you want to speak, please go ahead. The 2027 is calling very, very, very quickly towards us, and we need to be ready. Yeah. So Chief Chief Kabal, okay, go ahead and speak. You are spoken for. Go ahead.
Thank you. I think another thing we should do is this. When I was in PDP, was it 2001 in Lagos? So the late national youth leader, who was also from Lagos then, they set up a kind of shadow government. Now it's something similar to what Patutomi wants to do, that they are attacking him. I think the DSS took him to court. People are already doing it. You know, it just needs to be more organized. When people discover the things being put in the budget and exposes it, we need to start doing that more and take these informations to the grassroots on how these people are stealing Nigerians dry. Especially all those people they eventually give 5,000 naira to go and disrupt election where they are losing. We need to keep exposing all the hideous acts of this government and enlightening, educating the people at the grassroots. I think it will also help us. And if we have information of how Peter Obi is going to help make their lives better, we also use those platforms and opportunities to tell them one by one. This is just what I wanted to add.
Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you, Chief Kamal. Thank you so much for all the speakers so far. Like I said, it was supposed to be a short space and will be supposed to be ending anytime soon. But if you still want to speak in the next few minutes, just quickly request or raise your hand, and speak. So what I want to say is that the reason why we have such a space and for all the space that will come up, because we have space for banter, space for imagine somebody opening a space for Donald Trump and whoever. We have very, very pertinent issues in our country, and the time and the clock is ticking. So if you are an obedient and you are on the Twitter and your timeline is not smoking with fire, is not on fire, is not actively retweeting Peter Obi is coming or actively communicating on your brilliant movement, you're not doing the right thing. This is a time where we are going to have to go all out. Like the question I asked previously, that was the only thing that was still a doubt on my mind. Like if they switch off the IRF, if they want to read wrong, what are we going to do? So we're going to be physically present. That's why the people must be triggered enough to come out. So we're getting prepared for that 2027. And as the days unfold, what we will do will be more clear, will be clearer to every one of us. We would not take it sitting down. We're not going to wait for the courts. We're not going to wait to be truncated one more time. And let me tell you, it's a shame Now we have a big nation like this with all our resources, and Nigerians are suffering. They are dying every day. I always use the word. I use people that have lost loved ones. Do you know how it feels? The pain never goes away. When you lose somebody due to the headsman crisis, police brutality, hunger and starvation, poor health indices in the country, or poor health care, the pain never goes away. One more person should not die in Nigeria. We should make a change, transform this nation, because if people are going to, let it be that, oh, nothing else could happen to save that person's life. Not people dying like chickens every day. People cannot feed on the streets. People are dying of starvation in Nigeria. This is the time to wake up and sit up and say, we're going to change this nation. And we have a man in the person of Peter Obi who has decided to come out on his own to say, I want to see a better Nigerian work. And in Nigeria is possible. We can stand and line up behind him. Not just on Twitter spaces, not just on social media spaces, not just to make our mouths be to stand and be counted. Let your see by 2027, by this time 2027, okay, they would have already announced the winner of the elections. By this time 2027, be able to put your hand on your chest and say, I did everything I wanted to do. I did everything humanly possible to ensure that there's a good, a better person with character, competence, and compassion to be in the position in Aso Rock. Not that we'll come back here to whine and to regret anymore. No way. Somebody keeps saying, "Oh, is it possible? Will it work? People will not win, Joe." What do you mean people will not win? The only way to predict the future is to create it. The only way to predict, it's not about prophesying. The only way to predict the future is to create it. So let's create the Nigeria we want. Let's create the election of 2027 the way we want it, not just to be talking. Let us create it. And we can do it from our advocacy, from our sensitization, from meeting people all over the streets, our money, our time, and energy on the spaces, on the social media, on ground, and getting our PVCs. Ensure that if you're here, you don't have PVC, you're on a long thing, you are not okay. If you're in Nigeria physically, you have a PVC, you shouldn't be opening your mouth and be talking in public spaces. You should go and hide your face in shame. You must have your PVC. You must be able to vote. And if you are obedient, what stops you from being a polling unit agent? Go and register for polling unit agent when the time comes. I was a polling unit agent and I'm beating my chest. I was involved in the process from the start to finish. And even if I know it turned out the way it turned out, but I was shedding tears when they read the wrong person that won the election. I was still comforted that I did my bit. I did my best. The only thing I not do was to carry gun on the streets. All right. The only thing I did was not to stand at the one man person and stand in any office and say I will not agree. But we will do that this year because we will not take what happened in 2023. We're not going to take it sitting down. So I have one more. I have a few more requests, and I think one person wants to speak before we call it a day today. Ubaka, I think your hands are up. You want to say one more thing before we go? So
Yeah,
let me.
I wanted to ask again. What if we have to be so prepared? Not just prepared ourselves. We have to get our citizens prepared, because what if the internet gets switched off? Now they are gradually training us to yaga kind of things, those kind of causing chaos. See, the people that you are dealing with enjoy chaos. They create the chaos. That is what gives them opportunity. We have been writing WAEC in all for how many years now? Close to 30 to 40 years in Nigeria. Now, you now reach this year, our children are writing WAEC by 9 p.m. It is a gradual coaching, a gradual desensitization. For us to think that election will come that day and end that day, no. Some elections will start 4 days ahead, next day. That is the way they will do it. Some people, in 4 days, some local government never see paper. They will look at critically the number of where PO voted. Those places that they know the result. We know the result, but they have the result which they mutilated. So they know the polling units. That they know what to do. So we have to be like mentally prepared. If we take this year to strategize ourselves, next year the obedient movement next year should not even be thinking about campaigning. It is education of the northern youths. That is why I feel like let the ticket be dirty, so that when these Muslim boys show up on the polling unit, you cannot steal their vote, because they are giving their vote to a concrete Muslim. That at least if a Muslim that will not steal their money, a Muslim that will not steal their land.
But PO, right? If PO
PO will
wants to
win.
come out
P,
for this
wait, PO.
position, we will line up behind him. While your
Yes.
point is well noted, right? But PO
Yes.
is the man who has that mandate. He's the one who has been
Please,
speaking out
I know.
and want to person. Yes,
In the
so
next few days, in the next few
that's your
days,
point.
in the next few days,
Yeah.
me, I will make a video and appeal to PO to consider so throwing his weight behind that. See, to win an election is not the thing. It is to take power and give power. Wait. PO will win. PO will win today. I'm saying as it is today, PO will win any single soul in Nigeria in an election. There is no doubt about it. We all know ourselves in Nigeria. We all know our leaders. Everybody who has led, we know in business space, in public spaces, in the churches and mosques. We all know ourselves. And today and forever, PO will win. Maybe in the next 10 years, somebody competent might show working. But as today stands, PO is the most qualified. That he can win, he will win everybody. He is more prepared than anyone else. We cannot dispute it. This fact is something. I'm an analyst. We cannot dispute it. But here is the thing: it is you taking power and giving to who you voted. That is your own. That is when your country starts to get it right. You grab. Your country starts to get it right, and who has the power is he who is controlling the guns. Let's be realistic today. The gun
Okay.
is the only. The gun is the only thing.
I get your point. But the same northern youths, if they are convinced about PO, the same way you think that they will stand for that thing because it's Muslim or because of whatever it is, the same way they will still stand for PO. The important thing is for them to be able to be convinced. And I like what you said about education. I think that's what we should work towards.
Okay, because true. Okay,
but PO right now,
let me bring up this
for
idea
now.
again.
I like to move the mic.
Okay, I know you move the mic, but
Can
let
we
me paint a picture. Let me paint the picture and let you move the mic. Okay, how do you expect? You know now there is poverty everywhere in the north. So how do you expect that northern youth who an idiot politician comes once in a while and share them rice during this salah, cook food for them? How do you expect such a common northern youth to rise up against the intention of those kind of men, the intentions of those
there are some
without proper
northern youths
education?
who are very there are some northern youths who are very convinced already. You don't even need to even in short, hunger, like I said, hunger and starvation as you know, they know better. Right now they already know.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, but just that we're going to have to intensify our education and intensify our advocacy and intensify our sensitization, not just to the north, even to the Niger Delta, even to the west, even to the southeast and everywhere. So thank you so much, Chewbacca. Thank you. Jago, over to you. You can just quickly take it away while we plan to round up soon. Jago, I'm seeing your hands up. Please speak.
Good good afternoon. Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Good.
Am
Yeah,
I
good
audible?
afternoon. Well done. Please go ahead.
Good
Can hear you. There's echoing. But go ahead.
Let me adjust then. Let me adjust.
Moment.
Is it better now?
Oh yeah, love it.
Oh, thank you. Good afternoon to everyone on the space. PO is coming. That's the message now, and I'm happy with the person who came up with that phrase. PO is coming, and we'll continue to push it from today till 2027. I've always emphasized that this movement, the organic obedient movement, is yet to be fully utilized to its capacity. Its potential is yet to be maximized. How do I know? I know because every time that we are triggered, we are reactionary. And when we react, it's like a wave. Everyone feels it. And it begs the question, why do we always wait to react? Why are we most of the time sensational with issues, with social political matters? Why do we have to wait for events to occur before we take action. And this is the only reason why we are yet to maximize the potentials of the obedient movement. We have everything. And I think we have overflogged the discourse on who won and who didn't win in 2023. I'd rather let 2023 rest for now because we already know who won. We know those who needed the Supreme Court to interpret some legal terms that to an elementary student, they are casted in stone. But technically, in a way, they have manipulated they manipulated the results and they carried out a coup against the Nigerian people. So what do Nigerian people do in reaction to this? To correct the errors that we made in 2023, what we must do is to come up actively and engage in what I describe as civil disruption. We must become civil disruptors in this space currently, going forward. Look, disregard all of the idea that you want to tear down the space, you want to cause chaos and what have you. You are not causing any chaos. You are only reacting. And I tell you who are nations, countries, and their people have reacted to situations far lesser than ours. So if we are reacting now, we need to react in a way that it shakes every nook and cranny of this country. And aside that, we must be intentional in our decision to come out to engage in this civic disruption. And that intention must be whatever that comes, we are standing. Because that is the tool with the oppressor, your mind. If the oppressor captures your mind and puts fear in it, then when they release their state and non-state actors and you cower and turn your heels at them, they've won. So let's keep up with this message. Let's continue to ginger and push, make that noise. If the kitchen is too hot for you, you feel people are getting too toxic for you, it's very okay for you to take the back seat and watch us do it. After all, we are all Nigerians and we will still come back to enjoy this country together if a new nation is birthed. I'm a radical person when it comes to activism and when it comes to a movement, fighting for anything. I hate oppression, incessant, calculated, or attempted. I have been a student union leader for a very long time while we were in school, and it's in my blood to always abhor oppression. And not to talk of one that is saturated in a country and has become my Achilles heel as a citizen. Because so many of us have gone down to this economic mismanagement and malady. We have lost everything. So that same spirit, that provocation, please sustain it. Dr. Roya, thank you very much for this space. Let's sustain all this anger. Let's sustain this energy because that's what we need. There was no synergy of purpose. There was no organic movement in 2012 and 2015, but we did it. I was one of those that would always preach in vehicle like I'm a deeper life evangelist from Lagos to Ekiti about Buhari. I know the idam. We have asked for forgiveness. We were swindled to believe that the change mantra was in actual fact a real thing. Unfortunately, it was a scam. So, guys, if an unorganic movement can tear down JEG and his administration for less crimes against humanity and Nigerians, I think you and I should be all out on the street. If anyone is part of us here And what is at the back of your mind is just to come on space, vituperate, spew, and while away time because you are bored. And when the deal day comes, or when you are called to service, when you are called to civil responsibility, you cower and you hide in your house. You're not just the problem of Nigeria. You are a terrible human. You are evil. Please, guys, let's be motivated by words. Number two, let us be provoked by the heinous and hideous governance that we receive. Every day, I'm always provoked. Every day. I give the mic to you, Dr. Roya. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, Jago. So good to have you, and so good to hear all the things that you said. We will be ending the space at 2 p.m. Okay, Nigerian time. So I'm going to just reiterate a few things that were said in this space today. One of them is stay angry. That's what Jago just told us. Keep the anger, keep it anger burning. That fire of anger in your spirit against the status quo, against the bad governance we see, the killings, the poverty, the suffering, the poor health system and poor education, poor unemployment. Keep the anger, keep it very raw, keep it very raw. And trigger the people. That's another thing we discussed extensively today. How to trigger the people so that when our neck moves mad, then we would, come on out. But we'll start triggering them right now. Trigger your neighbor. Trigger your neighbor to get his PVC for those who just turned 18 or those who don't have PVC. Trigger your neighbor and talk to them about how we need to get leadership and governance right in Nigeria, because we can be the Dubai of this world. We can be the US. We can be the those countries who are living so well with good economic system and good transportation and good healthcare. We can be those countries. We can be the giant of Africa as we're called. We can be everything. You don't have to look for visas, look for 20-40 million naira to travel abroad to go and live a better life or go and get 24 hours electricity. It can be right here in Nigeria. Who says we cannot have a better country? We have every money, every resources, human resources, physical resources to make Nigeria a better place. We can enjoy our country. And guess what? If you are really, really travel far and wide, then no other country has a better weather than Nigeria, than Africa, if you tell me. Africa is hot, but you can put on AC and you can enjoy your bedroom and your sleep at night. But if you have that cold and you don't have heater, you're going to die of cold. So now we are blessed with such a beautiful weather, beautiful climate, beautiful landscape, beautiful everything. Nigeria is a blessed nation and it's a free nation. It's a beautiful place. If you live abroad, you know that Nigeria is a beautiful place to be. But we've not gotten leadership right. We've not gotten governance right. And that's why people keep jetting out to other countries and go and be slaves, go be second-hand citizens, face racism, face all kinds of things. You're even restricted in your rise. It's only a few Nigerians that have been able to break out to have positions and political offices all over the world. But if you're in Nigeria, you can actually, if you get governance right and the politics in Nigeria right, you can be all you want to be. You can do your business, you can do anything, you can enjoy, you can have a better place to live. Why don't we have a better nation? I want to trigger your hearts today, my fellow dear Nigerians. We can have a better country. We can have a prosperous nation. We can have a peaceful place. We can have a peaceful nation. We can have security. We can have 24 hours light. We can have good health care. We can have good educational system. We can have good employment ratings in Nigeria. But all because a few people have pocketed our money, our billions. They are this selfish bunch of he-goats and kleptocrats are taking our money and choose to eat it and just enjoy them and their own families, whereas the rest of Nigeria is left to suffer. How long are we going to continue like this? Are you not triggered on the inside? We can get leadership right if you get involved in the process. And if you can't apply for political office, begin to arrange your CV, begin to do some advocacy in your environment, in your grassroots communities. See what you can do to gain popularity. Do some health out, do some kind of reach out to the poor, to the widow, to the old. Before you know it, they begin to know you where you are, and all in the bid. And that's when you have competence and character, not to go and steal your own money there. If you want to go and steal, it's going to be punish you. I'm just saying it. Don't go and disgrace us. Like those who get into a better movement, get into offices and now port to APC. You must be a dunce. And sorry, I have to say that. Sorry for that, Sorry, forgive my French. But I'm just saying that we can get a better nation and we can do it. Nigeria can be better than what it is. Make shame they catch us. You go and be celebrating US, celebrating UK, celebrating Dubai, celebrating those Asian countries, China and all the works. Where do they have two heads than us? Africans cursed, we're not cursed. We just choose to subjugate, to give our rights out to a few who have chosen to destroy us. Somebody say, "Oh, the West is against us. They are the ones. It's not for the West. It's not for America. It's not for the West. They are the ones supporting it." No Westerner can come in to do anything. They don't have those who collude from Nigeria. Traore have been saying it, Traore have been saying it since. They cannot come into your country to do what they are doing if you are not colluding with them. If you don't have a president, they buy you over, use your brain, they will not come in. They will only come in if they use Nigerians, if they use Africans. All those other people that they have killed all over Africa, they use blacks to kill them. So why are we betraying our own? Why are we betraying our own? Some of you are here, you are supporting APC. This man is a drug addict. This man has no credentials. He has no line. He don't even know where it's coming from. But you're supporting him. I mean, dollar has gone from 4 whatever when it came into 1,500, 1,600. Me, I have when you have people that are schooling abroad to pay for school abroad is crazy. The dollar rate, the pound rate is unbelievable. It doesn't have to be that way. We have to make Nigeria better. We can be here and make Nigeria better. And I mean, even some of that in diaspora, you want to come back to Nigeria, to your nation, to give back. But you cannot come when there's so much insecurity, so much hunger, and so much bad roads. We can make Nigeria better. I want to really appeal. That's one of the reasons for this space today. Everyone, if you are here, get ready to give your best in 2027. Between now and 2027, it's going to build up. Give your best. Don't just hang on to a space that somebody said because you're bored. As you're here, let your heart be triggered. Let your righteous heart be triggered. For those of you that are Christians and Muslims, all our Muslim brothers, Idel, what is it today? Happy Salah to you. I'm not sure I have all the details about your Salah, but happy celebrations to you. But let us all give back to our nation. Let us all stand and be counted. Start from your social media space. Just write Peter Obi is coming. Start from there. Let's change Nigeria. I don't think we're going to have any other speakers. If you just came up, I think there's one Onyeka that came up. If you want to speak, let me see your hands up. If you're going to speak, we're going to be closing the space in the next few minutes. But yeah, Onyeka, I'll just give you the next 2-3 minutes to speak. 2 to 3 minutes thereabouts. Just go ahead and speak, then we can start winding down. Thank you so much for everyone who's on this space. This is actually my first space, and I'm so glad you all came. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful that you're here, and all those who have spoken so far. Onyeka, let's hear you before we round up. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. There is always a first time for everything, and it will also be my first time of speaking on your platform. and we hope to use it as a platform to educate, to inform, to wipe ignorance, because part of what we are dealing with is ignorance on a large scale, massive scale, mega scale. It is only an ignorant mind will open his mouth and say that Peter Obi should deputize Atiku as VP. Ignorance, okay? It's only an ignorant mind that will tell you, oh, Obi should support another person from the north to run, because that person has failed to enlighten his or her mind as to citizenship. I would take this conversation from the angle of citizenship. Okay, who is a citizen? Are you a citizen? What makes you a citizen? Are there classes of citizenship in Nigeria? Do we have first-class citizens? Do we have second-class citizens? The 1999 Constitution does not agree with any such position. The Constitution makes it clear that we are all citizens, equal citizens, okay, equal citizens in this great nation of ours. If you claim to be a citizen and the system of government in your society, in your country, in your nation is elective democracy, Are you able to elect your leaders? Does your vote count? As an individual, again, I support Peter Obi. But do you see the reason I am making this advocacy? It has absolutely nothing to do with Peter Obi. I actually do not care if Peter is the president or not. I know that if Peter does not become president, we will find another competent Nigerian, okay, that will do exactly the same things that we want Peter to do. The reason I am supporting Peter right now is that out of all the people that have presented themselves for this office, I find him to be the most competent, to be the most honest, to be the most trustworthy. I believe him. When these other charlatans that they keep on, these other abominations that they keep on bringing, when those people speak, I don't even listen because I know them and I know them well. And I know that all that prepared speech that they are, all that talking points that they regurgitate, they were actually coached. In case if you people don't know, they coach them before they speak to people in the public, and that is why they hardly attend interviews. Okay? If they must do interview, it is the one that they will do in their house. They will tell you the questions. Anyway, all that is not necessary. The point being that the reason I support Obi is that he is the presidential candidate that I have identified as a free citizen of this country that will do the things that I desire for my nation. So it is my personal opinion that my vote must count. I don't know about you. Okay? You can choose to be a slave in your own nation. That is your own concern. You can choose to be a zombie. You can choose to be an intellectual invalid and be saying things that don't make sense. Praising people that are doing what? Stealing from you, wrecking your nation, looting our collective resources. You call them strategists. You call them this. You praise them. You say all sorts of idiotic things. I reject that because I am not a slave. I am a full citizen, a first-class citizen of this country. All of us are, and they must be, because the Constitution has made it that way. My vote must count in 2027. Again, my vote must count in 2027. I don't know about you. If you insist that your vote will not count, it is your
My vote
right.
must count. Oh, my vote must
Okay?
count.
But my vote must count. The people that will be assigned to, okay, implement the law must obey the law. It is not optional. Again, the people that will be assigned to implement the law, electoral laws, okay, it is a law derived from the Constitution. They must do what? Obey the law. We would not allow them to break the law because it is illegal to break the law. That is my position. Okay? So if the focus is for votes to count, then it doesn't matter who you present. It doesn't matter. The people's will count, right? So present your abominations in whatever combination. Feel free to run with, Atiku and Amechi and El Rufai. Do you? Whatever you want, Bola Tinubu and Dogara, Bola Tinubu and anything and any combination. But on that day, I will cast my vote for Obi, and I will make sure that my vote is recorded and announced and reflected. And I urge all of you as citizens to do the same. It is not that difficult. They've done it in Ghana, and they've done it in many other African countries. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Onyeka. So grateful. And I think you took a longer time, but it's beautiful. Thank you so much for your contribution. So your vote must count. We must trigger the people. We must get triggered. We must keep the anger raw. We must keep the motivation raw. We must trigger our neighbors, trigger everyone around you, and trigger all the way to even the post-election. So I want to say a very big thank you to everyone for being in the space today. The recorded space, can go back and listen if you didn't come in early to all that was said. I want to say thank you to all the speakers. Thank you. Let me see all my speakers now. Thank you, Jago. Thank you, Baka. Thank you, Nyeka. Thank you. I think incoming virus spoke earlier. And Michael and everyone else. And everybody on the space, I think I should call the names I can see. Well, it's difficult to see because they are all abbreviated. Well, thank you so much, everyone that's here. I'm very grateful for being in my space today. We're going to have more of this in this period. I said we're going to close at 2. It's already 2 o'clock Nigerian time. So whenever I see Peter, please come.